I don't know.
You gonna play your jazz?
No, man. Okay.
Put your jazz in us.
Wait.
Okay, now we'll start.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 374 Inside the BJJ podcast. You are joined with your host, Tim Freeman. Sitting to my left is Andrew Mar Heine.
Thank you.
And across the double wide white table, Omar Martinez.
Ooh,
I love
nice.
it.
I like that.
I love it when the PBS like super dude who was raised in the Midwest, when he pronounces the Spanish name, he's like Omar Martinez.
Yeah.
Omar Martinez.
They literally trip over themselves
To get it
pretending to
just
be
right.
a goddamn conquistador.
Oh
or
yeah.
something, man.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I'm getting some Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Getting some Wisconsin girls
This
tonight.
motherfucker
It's-
speaking
I
in
mean,
tongues.
It's the big booty Latinas. That's what it is.
Yes.
They be trying to get them.
Which is not
so
even
exotic.
like the big booty Latina is like almost an Americanized like
Yeah.
caricature.
Correct.
It's like the LA Vato. Like I'm not talking shit Vato guys, but like they're
Don't do
kind of
that.
unique. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Japanese Vato
I was just about to ask you this.
culture?
I have most definitely seen that.
It trips me out, dude.
Doesn't trip me out that much. It looks like my cousins.
Dude.
Are your cousins Japanese?
No, but
Oh.
a lot of Mexican people have like the Asian eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. You could say it. I can't.
Skin tones.
I do, but not on
Yeah.
the pod.
You're
Yeah.
like, dude, you're even white with the lights off, dude. Like you
Yeah.
can't say it.
Yeah, we have lights facing away
Watch
from
yourself,
us. and
don't
I'm
say that.
still-
Yeah. Look how dark everybody else is on these screens, and then look at
I know.
fluorescent Andrew.
Daddy glows in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, did you grow up in Chernobyl? You're
Yeah.
glowing.
The
Uh, yeah, man. So welcome to the program. Andy Varela is going to be giving us a call in a little bit. Season 6 PGF competitor.
Savage.
Yeah, man. He's a real savage. So it'd be nice to talk to him. So when he calls in, we'll jump straight to that. Dude, a lot of things happening. Have you guys seen there's a story? You want to bring up that first link under Jiu-Jitsu news there that
Yes, sir, Giselle.
Giselle Bündchen has been quietly dating her jiu-jitsu instructor, who happens to be one of the Valente brothers. So the Valentes are kind of like the alternate Machados. Like they grew up around the Gracies, kind of, sort of. I think the
Mhm.
Machados are actually related. I don't know if the Valentes were related or if their dad. I think what I want to say, and I'm probably wrong, so
Yeah.
don't get mad at me, okay? I want to say like their dad was one of Elio Gracie's like OG students. And then in Florida, they opened up an academy, and the sons are all jiu-jitsu guys, and they all stick to a very like Elio Gracie Valente brothers style of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
They're all real nice dudes. I've met all of them. They're cool dudes, and they're
Yeah.
good. People like to talk shit about people, but these dudes who grew up doing jiu-jitsu and training all the time, and then you think like, oh, they just like wear the old-timey gis and do the old-timey moves. They're not very good. That hasn't been my experience. Whenever I've been around those guys, and the few times when I've gotten to train with guys whose last name started with a G,
Yeah.
they were all really fucking good. Like there was nobody
No,
who
of
was like, this
course.
guy's gonna be garbage.
Yeah.
That's never been my experience. So anyway,
dude, if anybody has a reputation to maintain rolling wise in this,
no shit.
I mean, I imagine the baseline is pretty high up
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, you're
So-
coming out of the womb with
Yeah.
these legends in your family. So
Yeah.
anyway, apparently Tom Brady's ex has been dating Joaquin Valente.
is that who this is?
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
yeah.
See, that's how little I know. I
Yeah,
didn't know
dude.
that's who she was.
I just know she's got a cool German name.
Look at that, man.
Bündchen.
And
But-
the crazy thing is if you pull up that second link, Brady's camp is they are debating the timeline. They're going like, actually, she got her purple belt pretty quick if they started at that
wow.
date.
Ruh-roh.
If we rewind it a little further, she may have started training when we were married, if you catch my drift. So anyway, I have no idea, but that's what this article is
Oh.
saying.
Yeesh.
I am just like paraphrasing. I have
Yeah.
no clue.
No,
They're,
yeah.
they're nice dudes.
Oh, it's Brady's camp. I thought you were saying like the students were noticing.
Oh,
something.
no. Tom
Okay, sorry.
Brady's like camp disputes the timeline, which is like, dude,
The guy that lied about inflating a football is
what what has the world come to that this secret little martial art of ours has become like tabloid fodder?
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
or less, right?
Yeah. Would you have imagined it like back, like, I don't know, 20 years ago, Coach? Like,
20 years ago, no,
Like-
it was not on this level at all. It was so secretive. I mean, you could find it.
Yeah.
For sure, if you were looking, you could find it, but it was not mainstream.
I'd like to find like a Google search to find out like newspapers or articles 20 years ago and how often the word Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
Yeah.
got mentioned even.
Yeah.
Well, you tell the story, or you've told me the story about I'd ask you, hey, when's the first time you found a gym and started to go train? You were like, I didn't know if that was the place. Like it was some dingy dungeon.
Oh,
Off
yeah.
of this
And
two streets.
this wasn't even that long ago. This was in 2005, which is like, that's almost 20 years,
20
right?
years.
You
Yeah.
said 18 to 20 years. So
Yeah.
that's what I was referencing.
But it's like,
You're getting older, buddy.
I know, but what I mean is like, if in LA, you could find jujitsu.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know, there
Yeah.
was jujitsu. There wasn't tons and tons, but you could for sure find it.
So Cali was always like jiu-jitsu mecca.
There
in the
has been
US?
jujitsu in Northern and Southern California for since the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But it wasn't super easy to find. And the dudes I was training with, like their little hole in the wall on California Street, there was no signage. There was nothing. There was like it was so uninviting, so not welcoming. No way ever that some supermodel who was married to the best quarterback of all time would ever consider putting a gi on
Yeah.
and training
Yeah.
with all these gross, sweaty dudes
Yeah.
like this.
Unless you could date one.
Yeah, right.
Allegedly.
Those Valente boys are good looking, man. So
I imagine so.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Other news.
She's a pretty
man.
lady too, by the way.
Yeah.
Power
Hey,
to her.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
You know,
Power
look,
to her.
I don't feel that bad for Tom Brady and Giselle. You know, they're both super gorgeous. They're
Yeah.
crazy rich.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, like
They're not gonna
You guys
struggle.
are gonna figure it out. You know,
I think we're a little biased too, because it's like for me personally, if I have to pick in some kind of gossipy crap, I'm like, I don't care what it is, unless it doesn't cross the line. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna pick the jiu-jitsu guy over the football guy.
sure,
I hate football. So.
right.
Okay, dude.
I got you. Mackenzie Dern eyeing a comeback ADCC, which I think is cool, and I think it's really good for ADCC, and it's really good for professional grappling.
Yeah.
And you know, look, I am riding hard for the PGF. I love Brandon McCaffrey, and I'm going to do everything I can do to help him succeed in anything he's doing, right? But I also love jiu-jitsu, and I could see on the grand scheme of things, like everything is pushing everything. So it's all getting better.
Right.
And Mackenzie Dern came from jiu-jitsu and then became a superstar in MMA.
Yeah.
Now her going into ADCC is going to catch a lot of eyeballs. It's going to catch a lot of interest. And it's good for ADCC. It legitimizes ADCC when you have a real UFC professional on the roster, which I'm sure this is not the first time that's happened. And it's not like ADCC is not legitimate, but it really just adds on.
It seems like it's been the other way around, right? Like ADCC to UFC and not really UFC to.
You would have, I think you would have guys go kind of back and forth, but it just didn't. It's hard to explain what ADCC used to feel like. It definitely, the guys were really good grapplers, but there were always dudes that you didn't seem to see anywhere else hardly who showed up at ADCC.
Right.
You know, and definitely there were like no-gi dudes who just rolled in or like, who's this guy? You know, it was always a big deal, obviously, right? But I think it's only grown in prestige, you know, to the point to where now it's a pretty big deal. So I thought it was cool that she went back. She's a terrific grappler, dude. She's great. She's really great. You know, the MMA world is competitive, dude, and these camps are getting, it's not just the fighters that are getting better, the camps are getting better. They have better people who can analyze the fights. They can analyze your opponents. And what happens is these camps start to figure you out.
Yeah.
And the things you were doing that was working, they got people scouting ahead. Look, if you're top 10, you're starting to look at the pack from like, say, you're ranking to like 5, right? And you're starting to game plan for these guys. You have to start looking ahead. You don't know exactly who you're going to fight, but you have a strong idea it'll probably be one of them.
Right.
You know, and the closer you get in the rankings, the smaller the amount of potential matches you could have. So it actually makes game planning much easier because you know, like, we're going to fight this guy or this guy.
Yeah, it's going to be one of these two.
Absolutely.
Spend the time watching these two guys or girls, whatever.
Right.
Film and all the technique and that. Yeah.
But that means if you don't have somebody, and I'm sure, you know, she has this with her coaches. I'm sure she does. But if you don't have somebody that's really looking at your weaknesses and trying to look at them from like the way an opponent would look at them, eventually your opponents are somebody out there. They're going to find it. You know, it's just, there's too much analysis, dude.
Such an arms race.
Everyone's on video. And now with all the AI shit, dude, it's just, there's no way, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I like this part I highlighted. I didn't know this. Dern hasn't competed in sub grappling since 2017 ADCC World Championships, where she lost in the first round.
Yeah.
So since then, she's climbed up in UFC and headlined events.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So good for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. She really made a big focus on MMA.
I'm hoping that this will kind of open the door for, like, I've always thought that women's MMA should probably be more grappling focused as opposed to like knockouts.
Yeah, it depends on the weight class, but I
Yeah.
think I like the striking. I think
No, don't get
I
me
think
wrong.
it's cool,
Yeah,
but
it's useful.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could definitely see you having just as high of a potential of getting a tap on somebody as well.
Right.
You know, I should ask Liz Carmouche that.
Yeah.
Because she's
Yeah.
been training here. Unfortunately, she's back in Cali right now. And the week I was like, Liz, I want to ask you, like, you know, I got the podcast rolling again. I'd love for you to sit down and do it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she would. She's a total sweetheart, dude. She's
the best.
She's the best, dude. She really is the best. She's like, I would love to, but you know, I'm going.
Training.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out of town. It's just like, I want to do it in studio with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Not that this is the Taj Mahal or anything. But
but it's always better to have.
yeah. Omar, move your mouse. It'll lighten that screen up. It'll put your mouse, and then it'll like make it easier for us to see you if you brighten your screen up. Does that make sense?
Move my mouse.
Like, is your screen really dark? Like the there it goes. See how you're illuminated a little more.
Gotcha.
That's all.
He had it in full screen.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
That's a little trick I do too. There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Inside tips.
Inside tips.
Inside tips, JJ.
Yeah, right. I got somebody, like, if you go to insidebjj.com, there's a little like chat widget that pops up, and it basically, it doesn't chat, it just says like, do you have a question?
Yeah.
And somebody just once in a while get a question. Somebody just put, hey. It's like, what am I gonna do? Hey, what's up? I think about putting sup.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
new website. Who dis?
Yeah. New episode. Who dis? I like that. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So, dude, going out to Las Vegas next weekend.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah. So I'll be heading out that way to do play-by-play with Brandon for the PGF qualifiers. And then I believe we're going to make a trip to the UFC Fight Pass Invitationals on Sunday.
Oh, you're
Nice.
gonna be at
Yeah.
the,
So
So
I'm going
is
to take
this-
my recorder and try to bang that hard, man. As hard as I can.
Yeah,
Get as
absolutely.
many you know what I mean, like get interviews and like
Hey man, it's Vegas.
I
Yeah.
used to have such a strong hustle, dude. Like I was out there constantly. There was a time when like we were really right on the edge of it. It was so much fun. I don't know how much of that I want to do now, but I definitely want to be more involved with what's happening.
yeah.
It's certainly helping us, and that's a good thing. Really good thing. Didn't you say some dude was like, yeah, I just
So I do the, anybody who doesn't know, I help Coach Tim with the community outreach here, and we had a possible student reach out today, ask for a phone call. I gave him a call right away on my way home from 9 to 5, and he was explaining that he had been listening to the podcast since you had revived it every episode,
Hey.
and he's like, I love it. I didn't know that Tempe National was out here. I really want to come check it out. I really want to come train.
that's
And
awesome.
he's like, I feel like I kind of already know you guys, which is weird. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's crazy.
He's like super disappointed when he comes in.
Yeah.
He's
in
like,
me,
"Oh,
in you,
God."
probably not, but in me for sure.
He's like-
Never meet your heroes.
He's like, oh
Yeah, never
God,
mind.
this guy,
What an honor it is for you to meet me.
yeah.
he's a moron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know the half of it, buddy.
So shout out to you, buddy. We know you listen.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Appreciate that, buddy.
I love that.
Sweet.
The first episode back, I got quite a few messages from people.
Yeah.
We're like, hell yeah.
Nice.
It's just gonna take time.
Yeah.
What when it first was out, there was like 2 or 3 other podcasts, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, now there's like a gazillion.
Yeah, you started banging early, and I think Rogan and Jamie were talking about a couple episodes of his ago where they were like, "There's over 5 million podcasts now."
Yeah.
Every
5
time they bring
million?
it, every time they bring it up, it goes up 1 million. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's wild.
Jeez.
You know what's crazy is like Eddie brought up Inside BJJ one time on Rogan's podcast.
Really?
He mentioned, and that was like,
Hey.
wow, Eddie's such a fucking writer, dude.
That's
like,
cool.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, just the last time he was on doing the fight compare. Well, I don't.
He mentioned Nashville, Tempe, Nashville.
Nashville. It was
Yeah.
either this last one or the one before. Where they had a
Eddie's
fight compare.
awesome.
Eddie's the best.
And then another time when Anthony Bourdain did a show out in San Francisco with Kurt Oceander when they did one of the, I don't know, like No Reservations or Parts
Oh,
Unknown,
yeah.
or whatever the fuck that show was.
Great
They did.
shows.
One of my homies, they had a barbecue scene at the end where Kurt cooked this like big old pot of like some kind of stew or something, and they
Mhm.
were all there, and all the jiu-jitsu guys were there, all the Half Gracie guys, and one of them wore an Inside BJJ t-shirt.
Hey.
So like it pops up, and he's like
That's
kind of
cool.
standing in front of the camera. I was like, yeah,
I
let's
need one of those,
go.
by the way.
I don't have any, like none.
I'm
I'd have
gonna-
to make some.
I'm gonna set us up a Spotify or something.
We sold a lot of t-shirts, dude.
We'll do it.
Yeah,
do it again.
I am gonna do it again.
The people want the merch.
they do. They like
and by
merch.
people, I mean me.
By the people, I mean me.
I
Should
can't
make
afford
like
my own, so
Should make the Inside BJJ, but with like those death metal, like that.
I would
font.
do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that'd be cool.
Like, what did
Yeah.
that say?
Mock something up, dude.
Yeah, I'll wear it to a show and be like, "Who?
We
What band
look
is
at
that?"
this is the move, dude. A cultist Inside BJJ crossover.
Yeah,
right?
let's do that.
Ooh, that's
You
not
do
bad.
that,
Yeah.
and then yeah, dude,
There
we'll
you
bang
go.
on that.
I want to go meet. I want to meet some new
Oh,
friends at the
snap.
next metal show with an Inside BJJ cultist logo, and they're like, "What band is that?" I'd be like, "It's the show I help produce. I try to be funny on. It's not a big deal.
It's just a whole thing for you to do a humble brag. Oh, it's just like it's not that much. It's
not a
like
big deal."
it's a really important talk show.
I kind of suck and don't play my instruments anymore. But,
Hey, UFC fight night's coming up, and there's a couple fights I wanted to
Sweet.
get your predictions on, and I'm stoked to see them. It's the you know, I don't know if it's being billed as the co-main, but it feels like the co-main. Yair Rodriguez, number 3 featherweight in the world, against the number 4 featherweight Brian Ortega. And Yair's a favorite. He's a minus 142 on the odds.
Man,
That's
I like
awesome.
Ortega though.
Dude, I just don't feel comfy betting against Ortega. He can win too many ways,
Yeah.
dude. I honestly, this is what I think.
Yeah.
I think if Volk fucking eats one extra potato chip that day, it throws his body off and he
Yeah.
ends up tapping to that choke and not getting out.
Right.
And the trajectory of Ortega's career rockets. Like, I think he goes on a run.
Mm.
Because I think he's that good of a fighter. He's really, really good.
Yeah.
Super, super high level fighter, dude.
Most definitely.
Just been in some really tough wars where he took a lot of damage, but also
came
put out.
back,
Yeah.
yeah, like-
So
He's got that dog in him, man, for sure.
Man,
That dude
he's
can't,
tough, dude.
You can't rule him out.
No.
so the currently Yair and Ortega are the co-main.
Oh, they are the co-main. Nice.
Yeah, it's Moreno Royval.
Yeah, is the main. Yeah. So Ortega, and I mean, the thing about Yair though is Yair is no fucking slouch
No.
at all. Like, not at all. What happened? Well, the last time they fought, Ortega fucking
Subbed him.
knocked him out.
Oh, really? It was a knockout.
Yeah,
Mm.
TKO'd him. The first round back in July 2022.
That sucks.
I love when the UFC does fights in a country and then features like a lot of local
All
fighters.
boys,
Like,
yeah. I love that one when Folk was in a couple months ago when they did Australia. It was almost
Yeah.
all
all
Australians
Australian
fighting.
Yeah.
fighters. Yeah.
They're all doing shoeies and shit.
I
It was
think
awesome.
he should not have fought.
Tapuria.
Yeah,
No, I think he shouldn't have fought Islam on 10 days' notice.
that's the fight.
That's
That's the fight.
one.
Sorry.
Yeah. Ilya was this last one.
Oh yeah, right.
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, Yair Rodriguez beat Ortega. Then he beat Josh Emmett from
That's
the
right,
Faber
yeah.
camp, who's no slouch.
Yeah.
And then he lost to Volkanovski in
Emmett-
July of
Emmett
2023.
punches hard as
Yeah, he
fuck
does. So Volkanovski is the only dude who has beat him recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a fight right there. Let me look at what Ortega's done. Let's see Ortega's record real quick here. I'm going to pull it up. Brian Ortega's 15-3.
Oh,
Good
Jesus.
for him.
God.
that is good.
He's ranked 4.
Wow.
So what would that be? It would be currently Ilya, Volkanovski, Yair,
Let's see his.
Yair, and then
So he
Ortega.
beat Jung in 2020. He lost to Volkanovski in 2021, and he lost to Yair. So after he lost to Volkanovski, his first fight back was Yair Rodriguez. Just like, oh shit, that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough fight. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm stoked to see that. To be honest with you, I'm stoked to see the fight before that Daniel Zellhuber, however you say his name. He's an exciting fighter to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing him. His nickname's the Golden Boy.
I haven't seen him yet.
And then Francisco Prado.
Against Prado. Yeah, I haven't seen Prado.
I haven't seen Prado either.
I'm looking forward to Raul Rosas, dude. He's
is that the guy that what's his nickname?
He's wild, dude.
Don't they have like a fucking mean nickname for him?
I think it's El
so.
Guapo.
Oh, it's El Guapo.
I
Like
think so.
handsome. Here's the thing about the Latin culture.
Oh no, it says El Niño Problema.
Oh, the little problem.
The boy problem.
The boy problem. Interesting. The problem child.
The problem child.
The problem child.
Yeah.
If you have a fucked up face in the
it's
Latin
late.
culture, they will give you some nickname for
Oh yeah,
it.
your insecurity is your nickname.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
that's the way that works. In
I got that all the time in school.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
hey, dipshit.
So the main event is going to be Brandon Moreno going up against Brandon Royval.
Battle of the Brandons. Let's
Yeah.
go,
there
Brandon.
can only be one.
Let's go, Brandon. Got
Let's
it.
go,
Nailed
Brandon.
it. You don't know who I'm rooting for.
Man, Moreno.
What do you think?
Let's see. He's coming off a loss to Pantoja.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Pantoja. I guess Pantoja. Maybe
Pantoja.
that's how they say it. Yeah. And then before that, he beat Figueiredo and he beat France.
Yeah.
So
No, he's good.
he's good.
Yeah.
He's on a run.
Yeah.
Damn, that's gonna
I
be
know
a
Pantoja is super
Man,
good.
this is crazy. This
great fight.
This is a
dude.
fight night, man. This
And-
is gonna be
And let me check out Royval. Royval just lost to Pantoja. He beat Nicola. I don't know how you say his last name. And then he beat Schnell. Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a fight night, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. And this is free.
yeah.
Holy cow.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah, 7 p.m.
Well, if this comes out Monday, then you already missed it. But
I'm gonna need you to clean the gym tomorrow, dude. Is that cool? Thanks, man.
yeah, I can do that.
JK, just when the fights are on.
Okay.
Dang. Yeah, that's gonna be a great card. You're like, yeah, okay. Well, let's see if Varela gives us a call, man. Starting to get the
Heebie-jeebies.
feeling that the thing about the jiu-jitsu community is they're so fucking reliable.
They're so sleepy.
They're so sleepy.
Or their tummies hurt.
They're always sleeping with tummy aches. My tummy hurts.
I get tummy aches all the time.
My tummy hurts.
Like I know pregnancy is awful and stuff, but
Yeah.
every time I get a tummy ache, I'm like, you don't even know.
Hey, I got this idea. I am gonna I'm gonna log into chat. This AI chat thing I got. I've been tirelessly
There you go.
working on a Gordon Ryan AI. And,
Did you tell me there was something about a flat tire today too? We're gonna get to that.
oh shit, yeah, dude, I didn't bring that up. Yeah, Nate got a flat tire today, and he called me, and I'm like, Jesus. I realized he doesn't even know how to change a flat tire, but one of the kids in his group did. So I'm like, put the donut tire on the thing, and just come home, and then that's it. Like after you come home, tomorrow we got to go get a tire, get it replaced. And he's like, well, what if I want to go to my friend's tonight or some bullshit? And I'm like, nah, you can't drive on it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
Objection,
dude.
relevance.
Yeah.
He's like, he's probably not happy with me because he wanted to get his ear pierced today.
Sick. Do it. Do it.
And I was like, nah, dude, when you're 18, you could do that. You want a tattoo, you want a piercing, you want a fucking nose ring, you want to like get some weird ass facial hair, you got to do that on your own watch.
Yeah.
On my watch, you can have normal shit. On your watch, you could
Do whatever you want.
fucking space cadet out, dog.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Lame,
So,
dude.
well, it might be, but you know what? I ain't gonna have no punk ass 17-year-old looking all crazy in my house, acting some kind of way.
It would be hard to hide earrings, but I hid a tattoo that I got when I was like 14 for
Okay,
well, 10
14.
years.
That's
Yeah.
punk. Okay, but what would happen?
Guess what it is?
What?
An anarchy A.
Yeah. Now,
It's
what if
super punk.
what if you would have went to your pops and said, "Hey, can I get this tattoo?" Would he have been like, "Okay, Andrew, you're 14, sure"? Maybe he would have. I don't know.
No, he for sure wouldn't have. The lieutenant colonel, no.
That's all I'm saying.
Negative. He
Okay.
doesn't like him now.
Exactly. All right, let's try this. I'm going to ask it the first question. Maybe we should get get that Gordon Ryan music going.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Live. It's Ask Gordon Ryan. Well, we ask Gordon Ryan shit. Because he probably won't come on the show.
This is Gordon Ryan AI. It's a stand-in. This is not.
I'm
Gordon
sorry.
Ryan.
Gordon AIN. TM.
Okay, so I'm going to ask. I'm just going to go straight out. Are you? I can't even fucking type. Are you the greatest grappler in the world? Yes. People consider me, Gordon Ryan, to be the greatest no-gi grappler in the world. My track record includes competitions, including multiple ADCCs and titles and victories in super fights, blah, blah, blah. My technical
Typical
skills.
Gordon Ryan, just brag.
Yeah, mindset and ability to dominate in various weight classes have contributed to my status as a top figure in grappling. Oh, here we go. Jeez. My instructional videos have become a staple in the grappling community, influencing countless athletes.
Even when he's AI, he's
Still plugging it. He's
Plugging it.
still plugging it.
My ability to break down complex techniques and strategies has changed the way people approach no-gi grappling. Off the mats, my confidence and sometimes controversial persona have made me one of the most talked about figures in the sport.
That was humble.
But it's my results in competition that truly speak volumes. I've set records that will be hard to beat and have been at the forefront of pushing no-gi grappling to new heights. Wow.
Oh,
Holy cow.
yeah, that was pretty humble for
Okay.
Though sometimes controversial.
Anybody else got a question? What would you like to ask?
If you had to be submitted, what would be the submission you want to be submitted with?
that's a good one. I wonder if it'll
Hold on.
As we all know, I can't be submitted.
Okay. If you had to be submitted, who would you want to be submitted by?
Sure. That's good too.
What did you say? What?
I said, what submission would you want to be submitted with?
Okay. What would my keyboard sucks? Would you want to be submitted by?
You sure it's the keyboard?
Shut your mouth. Okay.
I don't think he likes what you're insinuating.
Okay. If I like how look, he's gonna go third person. If I, Gordon Ryan, had to choose a way to be submitted, it would be in a scenario where the skill and technique involved are so profound, so exceptional, that being caught in the submission would only add to my understanding of the sport. Let's say, hypothetically, a perfectly executed rear naked choke, simple, classic, but when applied with such finesse and timing that it's inescapable, even for someone with my experience. Okay. All right.
RNC.
He said that wouldn't just be a submission. It would be a masterclass in the art of grappling. It would have to be a move executed with such expertise that it would remind me that there's always room to learn and grow, no matter how many titles I've won or opponents I've defeated. That kind of submission I could accept, one that comes from the highest level of grappling intelligence and skill. I like that he's kind of a braggart, but also kind of backs it up, and you're like, God damn it. I want to argue with you.
This is striking me not as much as Gordon. I love that dude, but it's more like a Gordon flavored discount Musashi.
Omar, you got a question for it?
yeah, like
Do you like birthday cake ice cream or cookies and cream?
could Nikki ever hope to beat AI Gordon?
Could
Gordon A.I.N.
your
Gordon AI.
brother
Yeah, I like that.
TM.
Nikki Ryan ever have a chance to submit you?
It would have to be a master class in technique.
I'd say this. Nikki Ryan is an incredibly talented grappler in his own right, part of the same lineage that has produced champions and innovators in the sport.
Parentheses, me.
However, as Gordon Ryan, I've established myself as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, no-gi grappler in the world. My understanding of the game, my physical conditioning, and competitive record set a high bar. Blah, blah, blah. But when it comes down to it, my experience in size and track record of victories against the elite of the league give me a significant edge. Blah, blah, blah.
Why does your tummy hurt?
Okay, hold on. Let me ask it. Why does your tummy hurt?
Straight up.
Hope you feel better, bud, by the way.
Oh, my stomach might hurt simply because I've been feasting on the competition too much. Yeah.
Great answer.
You know, metaphorically speaking, dominating on the mats can really fill you up, especially when you're consuming victories for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah.
Cool story, dude.
That's funny because I think that's exactly what you say, literally speaking.
And then he said, remember, always consult a healthcare professional if you're experiencing actual physical discomfort.
Yeah, I was asking about the actual ailment you have.
Let's see. Why did you split with your brother and the B team? As of my last update in April, there hasn't been any confirmed public split between Gordon and his brother Nikki, nor between Gordon and the B team and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu team. Gordon, along with his brother Nikki and other high-level competitors. Oh, yes.
He's speaking in third and second person.
Yeah, at the same time.
Really tripping me out. How
He's playing it safe with that answer.
Yeah.
crazy is your girlfriend, Sunny? Oh, it won't answer.
Is John Danaher that cute in
Chat,
real life?
fucking chat. Gordon Ryan goes like, when talking about partners or family members, it's best to focus on positive support, respect for their privacy, and the meaningful role they play in one another's lives. You have let me down, AI Gordon.
Hit it. Hit it.
Boo, we got to get out of here, dude. This segment's done. Play the music. We got to cut out, man.
That has been Chatting with Gordon A.I. and it let us down because everything's political.
I don't know. I don't
know. It fucking sucked.
Dang. It started off good.
No, the last answer sucked. I think that was a little bit of a political bullshit.
That was kind of weird. It started off strong, though.
Could you imagine a free AI, like no filters on it, no nothing? I wonder what it.
Well,
I think it'd be a lot like you.
Certainly be a problem for people, especially if it started just saying shit people didn't want to hear.
One of my favorite things that I've seen recently on Instagram, when I'm just doom scrolling reels, which I try not to do, but occasionally I do. They'll have some completely innocent video of just someone making a dumb joke, and it's super tame, nothing wrong with it, like a dad joke.
Yeah.
And then underneath, people will say, "This is how to make meth." And then they give you a detailed list of instructions on how to, like, step by step. This is how to make meth. It's a copy pasta, sort of like copy paste it right there. This is how to make pipe bombs. This is how to order body armor to your house without getting tracked.
In the description, or is it
a comment?
A comment on the video.
People are commenting. This is how you actually make meth.
Oh, to get the video like removed.
No, they'll just copy paste, copy paste, copy.
Why are they doing that though?
Because it's funny.
Oh, it's not to actually convey how to make meth.
I mean, you did both, I guess. If you wanted to make meth, that's how to do it.
I thought they were like, that was some way they were like getting the recipe out.
It could be.
Like, hey, here's a link to a video. Go down to the third comment.
So I'm not in the market to make meth. I don't have any interest in
Signed, Walter White.
But I know how to make it now.
Yeah. Interesting.
Could you imagine, like, go to Jimmy's video about puppies?
Yeah.
Top pin comment. It's the recipe.
This is a topic for another day and probably a different podcast.
Link
but,
in bio.
Yeah.
That is how actually certain people that we all hate communicate.
How I can has met.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
how they find them.
Yeah, they
Crazy.
do. They do a lot of weird shit.
They do a lot of weird shit.
They also like embed metadata inside of files, so they'll put like their weird, like fucking weird images, like these child pornographers. They'll put that stuff.
You just got flagged.
What? What? You
Yeah.
can't even say it. You can't say it.
I
Not
don't
even if you're raising awareness
No.
against it.
No.
Yeah.
What?
And what you definitely shouldn't say is they should all be putting wood chippers' feet first.
No, I'm not saying that.
I mean,
I'm saying
I
that.
wouldn't say that.
I'm-
but I would.
I'm also not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
Well, this was a long time ago. They were like embedding photos or information inside of photos. So the actual photo would be of, like, I don't know, an umbrella or fucking something benign.
And the metadata behind
The
it.
metadata behind it had the actual image
It's fucking
data.
ridiculous.
Yeah, they were, but that was like a long time ago. That
So
was
it's-
when I went to a forensics
Well,
course.
That's scary because it's only worse now, probably.
Oh yeah, probably. The other thing about the internet that I think people they hear it. I know Joe Rogan has said it. He just said it recently, but this is true. And if you were around when, like, in the technical world, when Twitter came out, before it was like a public social media thing, and when Facebook, I guess Facebook was already around, but especially some of the first, like, companies that ended up becoming social media companies, like
Yeah.
Reddit in a
Like the big
weird way,
giants.
like things like that.
Mm.
There were so many fake accounts, and there's so many fake accounts out there now that most of the interactions, I think, on sites are fluff. I think most of it is fake accounts, and there's
Yeah.
a handful of real accounts, and then there's a sea, like fucking a giant ratio of just lurkers.
Yeah.
who never post. They don't have accounts. They just
That's me.
look. That's all they do.
Yeah.
They don't participate.
I basically only have
Huh.
a Reddit anymore because all of it's so shitty now, in my opinion. I only have a Reddit to read r/conspiracy for like 30 minutes a day before I go
Yeah.
to bed. And I've never posted on it.
How many
No.
how many glowies do you think are on our conspiracy?
Glowies?
Yeah.
What is a glowy?
Do you want to
No,
explain?
you go ahead.
Oh, God.
You brought it up.
You have the floor.
It's
Mr. Martinez.
Oh, wait, hold on. We're gonna do it like this. Ready? We're gonna do
Ready.
Wonder Growing. Ready?
I kill me.
it's just I mean it's basically just internet slang for like a federal agent of some sort.
And that's Wonder Growing.
The more you know.
Now we know.
Now you know. Yeah.
All right.
I'd say a lot, probably.
Yeah.
A handful at least.
Oh yeah, dude.
I also, but to
Percentage
make,
wise, like the majority.
I would say 80% is like bots.
Yeah.
At least the interactive comments.
Red
I'd
bots?
say
Okay.
I was going to comment on your
Comment.
the idea the idea of most of these interactions being fake, just bots.
Yeah.
In the last I've had this Reddit for a long time. In the last 2 years specifically, I see the same accounts that get upvotes like crazy that I know the community probably wouldn't normally upvote. And they get to the top of the page, and it's always after something happens that's political. So the conspiracy page isn't like Bigfoot UFOs anymore. It's like Trump said this and Biden's doing this, and it's still just further in divide. So much so that there's now a r/conspiracy no poll. So no politics. Crazy.
It's
Wow.
funny that you say that, because I also think that out of the content of the internet, if you could somehow measure the internet, there's all kinds of shit on the everything you can think of is on the internet.
Right.
Okay. Most of it, probably 80% of it, is just bullshit with regular people into regular hobbies that aren't exciting or crazy nuts, right?
Yeah.
But that 20%, like political topics, shit like that, anything that's like in that sphere, I think that's where you see a majority of the fake account action.
Mm,
You don't
Gotta
see it
be.
in some weird like thing about sweater knitting.
right.
You
Or the
know?
dudes
Or
that have, like,
horticulture.
the dudes that have those
No.
giant things in their basements that are all like about trains,
No,
Right.
right,
handcrafted trains.
exactly,
Everybody in that community is a real person.
right.
Yeah.
You might have some guy trying to fucking sell used train shit and spam in the message board, but
Right.
mostly you're not
You're
going to
gonna
get some
homies.
bot account in there. Yeah. That's what I've noticed. But it's weird, man. If you look at some accounts, I've had interactions with with accounts on the internet where you go look at the account that left a comment for you and you're like, this person only has one post
Yeah.
in this particular section,
Yeah.
and then everything else is somewhere else in a completely unrelated part of the internet.
Yep.
And it almost seems like this person just jumped personas. Like, what happened?
That or forgot to trade accounts or something like that. How many people? So on top of that, how many people are doing what you've admitted to doing, where you have specific troll accounts that you set up and and you get down with r/BJJ. He outs himself. He's like, listen, I have 19 accounts that are all split for r/Kung Fu BJJ, and I just talk shit.
Like you post from the wrong account.
I've seen that.
I've seen that happen
Conspiracy.
too.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I don't troll hard. I troll as like trolling for me is like medicine. It's like I want to decompress.
Okay.
Do you know the saddest one I've seen? Somebody had posted something, and then it turned out he went into his other account to talk shit, just so his main account that posted it could clap back at him and ratio him.
Oh wow!
And people were, and he forgot to trade accounts. They're like, "Hey, we see what you did, bro." And then like, so somebody screen grabbed it, so you can still see what happened. But if you typed in the account and read it, it's like both usernames deleted. He was like, "Oh, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I suck."
It's like whack a troll.
So
there should be like, I guess there are troll police, the moderators, but there's so much trolling on the fucking internet.
I love a good troll. 4chan's the best.
It's so bad. I trolled my aunt's.
I saw a great troll today. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My aunt's husband.
Yeah.
My late aunt, Big MF's mom.
Mhm.
Her third husband, R.I.P. to her. Not and I, she was married to Matt's dad, and he, that didn't work out. And then her second husband died. Probably be married to him to this day.
Yeah.
So anyway, she married this third guy, who was a real piece of work, and he was hardcore into like monster music.
Monster,
like the stuff I listen to,
like Nox Arcana was the band that he was really into.
I'm familiar with them.
It's like ooh, like
symphonic.
Like,
oh,
dude,
whoa,
yeah, 7th grade shit, dude.
It's like envision like probably won't do it justice, and anybody that listens to this is probably gonna be upset with me, but Americanized symphonic black metal.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
like, super spooky.
He's really into it, and he's really into 3D posters and
you've told me about this
artifacts. He calls them lenticulars.
Lenticulars.
Lenticular.
Cool fucking word.
And I trolled him hard on a message board that he was on. I set up an account and I just started casually like interacting to build up some message board cred and to build up some juice for that account.
Yeah.
And I didn't tangle with him in the beginning. I didn't even cross his path in the beginning. I stayed in my lane. And then eventually I started paralleling him.
Oh,
Like not directly like posting on the same thread that not the one he started, just one that he also has a comment in, just so he could see me. Just like, oh, I've just seen that account. I've seen that icon. I've seen that image. And I purposely used a name and an image that I knew would catch his attention. And so I kind of guided him through that.
Yeah.
And then I started tangling with him here and there. And the way I did it was we started offering up ideas for Nox Arcana merchandise. And he had this idea for a goblet that was like very ornate. He had a very detailed post about the structure. And this dude would like, oh, dude, if you put an idea up that he didn't like, he'd crack on you. He'd be like, no, that's not a good idea because of this. And the material can't be pewter. It has to, like, he's a real nerding out and kind of kind of like trying to establish like the
Like a
message
dominance?
board hierarchy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm the big dog up in here. And so I knew he loved 3D shit. And I also knew that he had drawn this. He was a very good artist. He drew this picture of like it's a card, like a greeting card.
Mhm.
And on the cover, it's like a man. I'm sorry, that was my corny idea. It was the image. The image he drew was of a werewolf. I know it was of a werewolf who was holding this lady up, and she had like a dress that was torn, and the werewolf had bitten her breast off.
Oh, that's
Like
he
one of
just,
the.
I'm back in.
dude. He just took that from like the Mexican poster, like the Mexican calendar.
Essentially, right?
You
Is
have
that
one of
it?
those?
Is that one of the Mexican calendars?
Can I get one of these?
Yeah, most definitely, dude. Go to
Can
like
you buy me one of these?
You
or
gotta.
can.
Hey, look that up. Pull that
yeah,
up.
pull
wherever
that
I
up,
did.
bro.
wherever it is that you shop.
Yeah.
Werewolf, Mexican.
No, it doesn't have a werewolf. It's like an Indian man, but you know, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's just not a werewolf.
Indian man titty bite? Like,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that-
Indian man, like Aztec.
Oh, I got Indian man sucking tits porn videos. So that's like
I'll
not.
pull that up.
And I'm logged in with my fucking. God damn
Yes.
it, dude. Google is gonna associate that. Dude, whatever you do not Google Indian man titty bite. It's titty. What was I thinking?
I typed in Indian man titty bite calendar. And
man.
Oh God, dude.
I am upset with what's come up so far. And when I say upset, I mean aroused.
so I said, hey, I got an idea.
Can I stop looking for this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks, bud.
I got an idea for a greeting card, a Nox Arcana greeting card, and it's going to be a lenticular. So I knew it was like, that's going to hook.
He's
him.
already like,
He's in. You had me at lent,
Yeah.
you know? And when you look at it straight, it's going to be a man embracing a woman. And then when you tilt the lenticular, the man will be a werewolf who has bitten the lady's breast off.
Nice.
by the way, I looked up lenticular on dictionary and it said something that is like shaped like that of a lentil.
He called them lenticulars.
Or the second one was referring to a lenticular lens, which I'm sure is what it is. But it's funny that the first definition was shaped like that of a lentil.
Yeah, you know what shape are you? It's lenticular. You wouldn't say lentil like.
I went out with this chick who had a very lenticular shaped body.
Lenticular.
You know, the lady that had a dick shaped body.
A lentil?
That's pretty sick. Are lentils dick shaped?
No.
I don't
just
know.
assumed they were. Oh no, I'm sorry. They're lenticular.
Hey, pull up a picture of a lentil.
I don't
So
eat that stupid shit.
so I'm like, so when you look at it straight on, it's a man embracing a woman.
Yeah.
When you tilt it,
Oh.
it's a werewolf. I just described his picture that he drew biting
Sure.
a woman's breast off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he came back with, I don't like your idea very much. He
What a
just
cuck.
like
Snap.
he just
What a
he just
cuck.
came back with a dominant, swatted
Yeah.
that idea down
Yeah.
on the message board. Yeah. I had a lot of interactions with him.
Did
on
you
there.
keep going on it? Like, dude, you should have fucked with him and
I
just
went
like
in on
kept going, like describe his drawing to him like in
Bro,
detail and just be like,
Described
be
his
like-
fucking house.
I should have.
You want to fuck with me, Jack?
I know.
I know where you live.
Dude, we trolled our uncle, my mom's brother,
Yeah.
so hard. Like so hard growing up that and he was kind of already had mental problems. And we like, dude,
bro.
we pushed him so fucking hard.
You want to
dude.
expand on that?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Okay. He was a cool uncle, but he was crazy as hell, dude.
Mhm.
Okay. And we knew him our whole life. He lived with my grandma, and my grandma's house was by our elementary school. And me, my cousin Matt, the Big MF's brother, my sister, and our older cousin Supacuz, who became like
Is his Christian name?
the Super Crip, like was the white guy that was in prison with all the black guys.
Sick.
Wild shit, man. We all grew up in this little neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so we all would walk to school together, walk back home, and we played before school, play after school. We were always hanging out. And my uncle lived there. And my uncle, we figured out real early, my uncle was fucking crazy, dude.
Oh, okay.
He stayed up all night.
How crazy
He turned the
was he?
TV down. He turned the TV down super, super quiet. he was proud of having these like amazing ears. He'd barely turn the TV up and he would listen. He could hear anything. If you talked any shit about him, if you were anywhere in the house and you mentioned his name, he'd be like, I heard you.
Dang.
He was like fucking wild about that. OCD.
Whoa.
But he was cool and he'd do crazy shit. Like we'd go out, he'd confront people. He's like kind of schizophrenic.
Yeah.
But he was aggressive. Like, you know, we would go on rides with him. He'd go like, hey, ride with me to go get gas. And he'd drive around for 45 minutes to get gas. He's just didn't have nothing to do. He worked a seasonal job in the cannery for 2 months and then got unemployment the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Lived with my grandma. So we cruise around with them. He'd be like, okay, I got to get gas. He'd get out and like shoulder check the dude at the pump next to him.
Snap.
Like fucking tag the dude.
Fuck yeah.
And the guy'd be like, yo, what up? And my uncle'd be like, you motherfucking punk. Like he would
shit.
literally
God.
like get in, and we're like 10, 11, 12, just like, whoa. And then we realized like
We're in danger.
he's crazy.
Yeah.
But we could probably get him to do stuff.
Oh man.
So he started in on this story. He would go loiter at these liquor stores in Stockton and just hang out. Just
Okay.
go hang out for the
As
night.
one does in Stockton.
He was like a 70s movie character that hung out at the local fucking corner market thing.
Yeah.
And he would like sweep. He would do work there.
Mhm.
Like not employed, but he'd just do work and hang out.
I'm a
Yeah.
regular.
He had already kind of gone through this cycle with a couple other stores in Stockton. And eventually the owners were kind of like, yo, dude,
Hey man.
you can't come in every fucking night and stay here for 4 or 5 hours. And he would talk incessantly. Talk. So
Yeah.
anyway, this one liquor store, these Asian dudes said, hey, Bob, you can't come here anymore. Like you need to lay low. There's some serious turf war going on between us and Redwood Market next door. It was Royal Liquor. Royal Liquor was directly next door to Redwood Market.
Yeah.
He said, the Redwood Market crew and us, like, it's not good. It's getting hot
Oh,
and it's not safe for you to be here. So you need to like go home for a while. So Bob went home for a while and like he was hot, dude. He was telling us this is going on and this is going on and like I'm gonna do this and he started talking and he was always prolifically lying and saying and then it became like I did this and I said this to that guy.
Right.
So then we started prank phone calling him as the people that he was telling us that he did these things to.
Tim, that is genius, dude.
And we didn't just call him, we'd call my grandma.
Whoa.
And we would ask for him when we knew he was sleeping. He slept all day.
Yeah.
So we'd call during the day. We'd ask for him. And then she'd tell him, hey, someone called for you. And then he'd be talking about like this guy called for me.
Yeah.
Constant. We were constantly
Yeah.
on it. And we had one of those keychains that played machine gun noises and we'd call and just play that. We'd ask for him. And then he'd get on the phone and we'd just play the machine gun noise.
This guy.
Dude,
This dude's just losing his fucking
Dude.
mind.
we just kept pushing it, man.
Oh man.
But
Wouldn't it be funny if we told this schizophrenic the shit he's talking about is real?
Dude,
Listen.
first of all, can we not gloss over the fact that these two like liquor stores have turf wars
Dude,
in the
so-
first
okay.
part?
Was that real at all?
well, here's the thing. Henry, the guy's name, this is so long ago, probably doesn't matter, but the guy that was running Redwood Market, his name was Henry Martinez. And he became my uncle's fantasy arch enemy.
Oh man.
Like Henry Martinez, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. He had these. I have audio where we recorded him talking about it, about fighting with them, fighting them in jail, sneaking into the hospital, trying to smother them. It's all made up shit.
Whoa.
I'll play it on the podcast. It's fucking hilarious, but you kind of got to hear who this guy is first. You know?
Yeah.
So Henry was a very shady character, and they might have had words, but there was no.
No, like bad
War.
blood. Yeah.
And my uncle, he told us, he said, like, stay away from Redwood Market. They're bad people there. They sell liquor to minors, is what he said.
So they're good people.
We went there that night.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. Of course. Why wouldn't
I'll
you?
definitely never go there.
That night, dude. I
Yeah.
was 13 and Matt was 17. I remember I spent the night at his house. His mom worked graveyard. So she was gone all night. And Matt's stepdad, the one who eventually passed, he was a don't ask, don't tell policy motherfucker. Like, I'm not going to come looking for you.
Right.
Don't let me catch you. Because if I see you, then I'm going to tell your mom.
Yeah.
But if I don't see you slip out the back gate and I don't have any reason to go knock on your door and see if you're whatever, then, and this is before cell phones, this is before tracking,
Yeah,
this is
the good old
before
days, the golden
all
age.
that shit. So
I had that.
as soon as his mom left the house, 15 minutes later, dude, we were
Gone.
out the door. I remember I had a Golden State Warrior starter jacket
Let's
on,
go.
like the satin OG one with the giant kitchen knife inside of it in case we had to,
In case you had a fucking
in case I had to.
As one does in stock.
Yeah. So we rolled up to Redwood Market and we just hear fuck, like loud, man. We hear fuck. And Matt walks in there and he's like, oh shit, Henry Martinez is playing the video game in the store. Excuse me, the actual arcade console, and he died. And so he hit the machine. It was like, fuck. And Matt's like, should I even ask? He's like, what? And he's like, I'm trying to get some liquor, you know. And there was a bum named Amos, and he's like, ask him. So he's like, you get it for me? And Amos is like, come over here. They exchanged the money, and then Amos went inside.
Thank God it was just money.
Yeah, just money. Bought the beer, and then we give Amos like a couple bucks or something.
Couple butts.
Yeah, and then we went home and we got drunk. We bought fucking Meisterbrow. Got jacked,
What the
dude.
hell is that?
I was like,
don't worry about it.
It's like
so good.
the
It's so
dank
bad.
ass beer you could ever think of. It's so
Really?
bad.
It's so bad.
And then, and the crazy thing was, there was a donut shop next door where my grandpa knew all these Vietnamese workers who started at fucking the middle of the night
Best fucking
baking
donuts. Oh.
and they fucking saw us and recognized us from when we were kids because my grandpa took us in there like our whole fucking life.
Right.
And they told him, hey, we saw your grandsons out in the parking lot, like in the middle of the night.
Did you guys then fake an incident to get into a war with the Vietnamese?
No, we were just like, we don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, hell no. There was no, like, we just lied.
Yeah,
We lied.
straight up. I see what you did there.
But
though,
so
by
my
the way.
Gulf of Tonkin
Yeah.
reference
I know,
in a
right.
jiu-jitsu podcast?
Yeah.
my uncle was just like, you know, Henry was a shady character, but he wasn't having all this.
Right.
And we just like fucking we
Rode
piled
that.
on. But my uncle was like, dude, he was a major asshole.
Yeah.
Like he made me piss myself and my sister when we were little kids by picking us up and like shaking us and go like with me specifically. So he sleep all day. Right.
Yeah.
Sleeping all day. We'd be
Yeah.
at my grandma's house, especially in the summer when we were there during the day. And he had this rule, like everyone had to be quiet till he was awake. And there was just no way.
Yeah.
And Big MF's brother, his name is James, was the ballsiest fucking kid of all time. So we're all screaming and yelling in the house. My uncle opens up his door. It's like 11 a.m. And he's like, go outside. He screams, dude. And we all run outside. My cousin James goes to the backyard outside. Uh-oh, I lost something. I don't know. My headphones died.
Oh.
Or something died. My mic died, maybe?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, that's weird.
What about now?
When you sneezed, I know it sounds crazy. My headphones died.
Died?
Died.
Oh.
You pushed a button or you turned something down? Oh, there it is. Now it's back.
Oh, look at that.
Maybe I'm on your headphone channel.
Maybe.
That's weird. Okay. Whoa, that tripped me out.
Anyway, so he's hollering at James.
So James runs up to the backyard and starts screaming and yelling outside, technically,
He's
but
outside.
right behind his fucking window.
This fucking guy.
I'm standing on the porch with my back turned to the door. I don't know. I'm just fucking. I was the runt of the pack, by the way, the youngest of the kids.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Crash test dummy.
Yeah, right.
Make Timmy do it.
Pissing
Yeah.
your pants all the time.
Yeah. So Bobby runs out. He runs out of his room, flings the fucking door open, grabs me by the shoulder, spins me around, shakes me and goes, do you want me to kill you? And dude, I fucking peed my pants.
Yeah.
Dude.
It would make my night if you told me Henry from Red Oaks came around the corner and said, put him down.
This was
Yeah, right.
this was when I was like 6 or 7 years old.
Oh,
It's a bit
man.
much.
Yeah, it was a bit much, but you know, he was just starting the opening salvo, is
Mhm.
that what you call them, of
Sure.
of what was to be a long-term war against us.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we love him, and we did a lot of fun stuff with him too. But we certainly fucked
Contributed
with
to
it.
his mental illness. Yeah.
Well, dude, okay, but he'd do this. Hey, take a ride with me. We're gonna go get gas, for instance. I told
Sure.
him. And then we drive to a whole nother town. Some fucking, we're gonna go to this record store I want to go to. Okay. We're gonna he'd go there 10 minutes before they were gonna close, and then he would stay there for like 2 hours.
Oh, what a dick.
And they would get so fucking mad at him. And then he would get into an altercation with them. And he'd be like, I'm gonna burn the fucking store down.
What the fuck?
He
I
would
fucking love this dude.
Yeah,
he
I mean,
would go
God.
off on people, dude. He followed these bikers one time when I was
Oh
the
my
passenger. And
This
God.
is a story you told me I love.
he was driving.
Okay.
So we had said that we saw some dudes walk around the house and look into the garage.
You didn't tell
Yeah.
me that part.
We made it up. Okay. There was nothing to do.
I didn't know that part.
You guys were just lying.
we gassed
left
him
and
up.
right to this
And my grandpa was old school. Every morning he opened his garage.
Yeah.
And it stayed open all fucking day.
Right.
And right when it got dark, he went outside and closed it.
Yeah.
Let the neighbors know how much nice shit you have.
And my grandpa, well, it was like they lived in a circle
Oh,
where
I see.
there was like houses in the middle and there was a street.
Oh, I know.
Like
which
a
one you're talking about.
donut, but there was only one way in and one way out, and they lived at the back of the circle. So everyone knew everyone. And my grandpa had a lot of tools and shit. And all the neighborhood kids knew, like, you could go use TJ's stuff,
Mhm.
but you had to put it back. As long as you did that, he was like very chill. My grandparents were pretty nice to everybody in the neighborhood. But, you know, we said, hey, these guys were passing by and they were peeping in the garage. And we got Bob all gassed up. So 15 minutes later, we're in his Pontiac. It's old 71 Pontiac or something, an old one. Springs coming up through the seats, and he's
Yeah.
warming the fucking thing up. He would just like warm, roar, roar, and rev it and rev it and rev it, and fuck like 15 minutes. He was OCD, just revving and revving.
God.
And when he was ready to go, he just slam it into drive, and it was
Holy
like
crap.
wham! And you would see
Fuck
he
yeah.
was a wild man, dude. It was crazy. So we fucking haul ass out of the circle. We take a hard right and a hard left, and there's this little park called Jackson Park. And we pull up and we see these two guys who are at the park. Like, I don't know if they had motorcycles, but they were definitely bikers.
Yeah.
And they were just posted up at the park doing biker shit. I don't fucking know.
Meth.
Cool.
And we went by them, and Matt and I weren't so dumb to put ourselves in danger. So I was like, not those guys. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Were those guys? No, I don't think that was them. And he was like, oh, fucking yes, it was. And he
Oh,
slams on
Big
the
MF don't
brake,
play no shit.
does a 180, flips the car around, pulls up, jumps up on the curb, reaches across me, and rolls my window down.
Holy
'Cause-
fuck.
Because I'm the person closest to them.
Yeah.
And he looks down, and the biker dude steps up and he goes, you got a problem? And he's like, yeah, I got a fucking problem.
Oh shit.
I drove by here and you were looking at me fucking funny. And he goes, well, you're a funny looking guy.
Not missing a beat.
Not missing a beat.
That dude's killed people.
And my uncle's like, you're going to get fucked up. And he goes, listen, man, you're barking at the wrong tree, dude.
Yeah.
You need to move the fuck along. And my uncle goes, oh, yeah? I'm going to go get tea. We're going to get the gat, and you're going to get popped. And he flies off, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You lucky
He
my
just
nephew's holding me back.
told this guy that we were going to go get another guy with a gun, and we were going to shoot him.
Oh shit.
And pop a cap in his bitch
It's all
ass.
fantasy made up stuff. None of it was real. I mean, sometimes the people he talked about were real, but they weren't going to do all the
Right.
shit he was saying they were
Right,
going to do.
right.
Or had done.
He
What the
paid.
fuck,
He
dude?
paid two individuals who one may or may not have been a family member to beat a guy up outside of Redwood Market that was totally innocent, and they knew the guy was innocent, but my uncle was like, that dude's the guy, he's the one that's going to get it.
Fucking
And they fucking gave him a little beatdown, dude.
Money talks, baby.
holy
Gave him
fuck.
like $300, dude.
I would beat the shit
This
out of
is like
somebody for 300 bucks.
30 years ago.
I'd beat somebody up for a hot dog, half cigarette.
Put the fucking cracking on this guy. This guy was totally innocent, dude.
Fuck him.
And these two guys knew he was innocent.
That's awesome.
They're fucking ride or dies. They're
So,
like, no,
yeah,
I
dude.
was
It's like,
employed.
sorry, dude.
This is a job, dude.
That's like in Little Nicky's like cover Henry Winkler and bees again. He's like,
Bro,
sorry, Henry.
Yeah.
it was wild, man. It was just, it was
Holy
fun.
shit.
It was fun and it was scary because it was raw. It could pop off.
When
Like,
he peeled out from the bikers, is that the end of that story? Like he didn't actually come back to try to fuck
oh,
with them?
I got out of the car. I was like, I'm
And
getting
fucked him
out.
up?
We went back
Oh.
to my grandma's house.
Yeah.
And then he went to go get our older cousin, who was really a real motherfucker.
This
You
was
know.
T.
No.
Oh.
He was a made up guy.
Oh.
Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't mention that.
Yeah.
T doesn't.
He had,
T isn't real.
he had a handful of guys that were made. He had another guy named Glenn.
Yeah.
And it was always like whenever he needed a weapon, which is funny that he used T in this setting, he would say like, Glenn, I talked to Glenn and Glenn gave me a piece. And it's like, there's no Glenn. Like Glenn doesn't exist. Glenn's fake.
You don't have an arms dealer.
I used to have a website in the early 2000s called burnsupreme.com.
Sick.
And it was my uncle. The whole website was about my uncle. And I had images and I had audio files with descriptions
Of him.
of all the telling these crazy stories. And listen, it got popular down
Fucking
at this company down in San Diego. A bunch of people started listening to it. That it like cross germinated to this group somehow. And I know it's the internet though, right?
Yeah, right.
And I guess some people were listening to it and they thought it was really funny, right? But one of these people was like, wait a minute. Did he put a pillow over that guy's face and smothered him in the hospital?
No witnesses.
And this is like way before podcasts.
Yeah.
This was not like
These were just audio
this was
files.
us recording my uncle talking crazy.
This is
dude.
someone confessing to crimes as far as they
Yes, yeah. If someone like I've tried to go to the Wayback Machine to find that site and I can't find it.
I thought you were about to say that you had this collection of shit, pictures
Yeah.
of your uncle around the house,
Yeah.
these recordings to at some point anonymously send him or make him aware of so it goes nuclear.
Oh no.
Oh, could
No.
you imagine?
Schizophrenic
Oh
seeing
my God.
pictures
Well,
he didn't know of
no.
himself and recordings.
Right now,
You make me piss my pants again, and I'm gonna fry your fucking head.
the crazy thing is Big MF is actually taking care of him right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's not,
Do they get along?
yeah,
That's good.
but he's too crazy.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, he's fixated. He wants Taco Bell and diet soda every fucking day.
I don't blame him.
And he's like almost blind.
Yeah.
And
too.
he needed some medical shit and he wouldn't go to the doctor. And Matt was finally like got him convinced to go to the doctor.
You
right?
tell him
It's
that
like,
the
"I'm
piece
gonna
was
go."
at the doctor's office.
He just like he finally convinced him that it would be better if you went than if you didn't go.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened. And he's like,
Oh,
well, fuck that.
motherfucker.
And my uncle was a super hypochondriac, super afraid of getting sick, hated getting sick, was very much like,
But he would shit talk bikers in half a second.
oh my God.
That's also bad for your health, by the way.
I
Yeah,
thought I was going to
extremely.
get my ass kicked. That's what I thought. I was like, this is
loved
it.
I love that he pulled around past your side first.
Bro.
Rolled down your
Yeah,
window. Be
right.
like, you lucky my
Dude,
nephew's
I
like,
fucking love it.
I was 13 and I was just like, oh, fuck.
you're a teenage meat shield.
I
That's
know.
what you are.
My uncle's just yelling across the car at this
Fuck,
dude.
you were
I'm like,
13?
dude.
Damn.
He pulled up on a guy one time who got into some kind of accident. We didn't see the accident.
Yeah.
But there was a bicycle and a guy laying on the ground and people standing around. And he pulled up and he yelled at the guy and he said, get the fuck up. You ain't hurt.
You can't park here.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, that guy was laying there because he's trying to listen to our conversation as we drive by.
Holy
He's probably
fuck.
right.
This is what he thought. So if he drove down the street and he saw people posted up on the corner,
Yeah.
he assumed that they were there because they were just trying to hear just 2 or 3 words that he was saying as he drove by.
Because he had so many important things to say.
And I guess because we were gassing it up, 25% of the time, just enough to make it interesting to get our, recordings. I have these recordings on my
Dude,
phone.
what'd you record? The old timey camcorders? Like
No, we didn't use a video. We used an
Uh-oh.
audio.
oh, okay. So it's just a regular
Yeah.
tape recorder.
I'm going to see if I could find one of them. It's really insanity.
That is
dude.
insane.
It's oh yeah, here's like one called, let me see. It's called Jail. How can I connect to this system?
Bluetooth.
Oh yeah, let me Bluetooth. No.
Are you already Bluetooth with your Mac?
No, actually you're right.
Weird.
What is this guy in?
It's weird that I'm right.
Connect. Oh, that's a different.
That should be the auxiliary.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Okay, let me Bluetooth in. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll play you guys a couple of his clips. Guys, obviously. Oh, it says I'm connected.
Then play something.
Obviously Andy Varela. It's hard for me, dude. I'm putting myself out there, but let's see.
It was in the shower. We got dried and everything. I told the guy. Where were you? In what prison? It was here in the uniform. Oh.
So this is Matt's Big MF's brother James asking him questions while he's secretly recording him. And he's at my uncle did 2 stints in jail for drunk driving.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the honor farm, but he always makes it out like he was in like Riker Island.
Oh, I see.
And he tells these fantastic stories of all these things that happened when he was in.
Spent most of my time in the hole.
Yeah.
So he held me down. He says, "Oh, we're gonna have to hold you down, take my force." I said, "Let me get dry. Let me take a shower and let me get clean and put my clothes on." And he said, "Oh, you mean you want to go in the stall late at night and just drop your pants and do it that way? It's easier." And I said, "Yeah." We tricked him until like.
So this guy was gonna get some booty from him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And my uncle staved it off by telling the guy, "Look, let me take a shower and clean up. It put some cologne on. You know, let me smell good for you, and then we'll go to the stall at night." Like, who the fuck would agree to this? You know, that's a great idea. I was gonna rape you now, but I'd like to rape you. Okay, so here's
I want to make it special for you.
Yeah, I hate smelling bad, dude.
And he right when I press play, he's gonna say, I've listened to these clips hundreds and hundreds of times.
Yeah.
The dude's gonna say, he's gonna say something to the tune of, he came in with his friends and I said, "What up? Do you want to punk me off?" And then he goes, "The dude kicked my ass at first." Every story he told, he always got humbled in the beginning and then came back triumphant in the end.
I see.
That's the hero's tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Oh, they do that, and he said when he goes in, we're gonna beat. We're gonna have 3 of the dudes hiding in there when he comes in there. There was me and an Okie dude. We had 2 other dudes in the stall. When they come in there, we rushed them. I said, "What up? Want to punk me off? Gotta whip my ass first. Then you can have it." We beat the crap out of those dudes. The Okie guy broke one of those dudes' nose and knocked his tooth out. And then they was going to get about 7 or 8 guys, some Mexicans and Okies, and come back and get us 4. And so the Okie dude went and got about 20 of his Okie friends against them other 10, and then we went in the office with it. And I said,
They went in the office.
I just want to point
They
out
went to the warden.
Yeah.
Anybody that's listening, I made eye contact with Tim during that, and he was mouthing the words. Not only does he have it, he not only has mental timestamps enough to contextualize it for us, he is mouthing the words to make sure it's punctuated correctly.
Yeah.
That's wild. That you know it. I mean, the fucking recording is wild also, but it's wild that I made eye contact with you, and you're like lip syncing your schizophrenic uncle. That's
just to get outside the prison, it's going to be real embarrassing to me. And
He said, "I don't want this." The guy told him, "Me trying to rape you, I don't want this to get outside of the prison.
I can't have you talking around town.
I'm only gay for the stay. Like, I'm not, like, outside of that, I don't want anyone to know."
I'm just prison married.
one of my cop friends, he said, "I'll back you up on this. Let me handle this." He said, "I know this dude. I grew up with this dude. He's a good person. He is not that kind of a dude."
See, they're doing it. They're messing around in that prison.
And he said, "This guy," and then he said, "Bob, if you tell me who it is, where you're going to have a problem, they might try to stick you or do something real bad to you. So why don't you just do this?"
Makes sense.
He called the guy in the office, and he looked at me and he said, "Did you try to do this to Bob in his friend?" I said, "Answer my question. Don't look at the ground. I'm talking to you. This ain't all fun and games." The guy goes, "No." He said, "You're lying." He's got 5 or 6 other friends that said that you did because they was in there and they seen it.
Yeah.
And then you paid him off not to tell. He said, "Okay." He said, "It's up to Bob. If Bob signs something on you, I'm going to take away all your good 6 months. You're going to have to start all over again." He said, "Yeah, I did." He said, "Okay, that's what I thought." He said, "You're sick. You need help." He said, "I'm going to tell your wife when she comes out here what you do." He said, "My wife already knows. We might end up already getting a divorce already."
His wife already
fucking tell
knows. His
Tell
wife already knows that
Yeah.
he's raping dudes in prison, and they
Right.
might be getting a divorce already.
Have
He
you
said, "Bob,
allowed?
do you want me to drop the time?" I said, "On one thing, if you promise me faithfully you won't screw with me anymore or even look at me weird at all, I'll drop this. I'll tell him to erase it." The cop said, "No, don't, Bob. He's going to think you're an easy target and he's going to try to do something again." I said, "Because then if you do, when I get out of here, I got friends I'm gonna have you taken care of. So he never bothered me or anything. All that time, then when I got out, he was gonna have his friends try to jump me. So I went over there to the store. Glenn called some biker dudes over there, about 20 of them.
Glenn called some biker dudes, about 20 of them.
Glenn makes an appearance.
Hey, he's fighting at a store. A very common theme in his stories, right?
He only had about 7 or 8 of his Okie friends. He jumped out. He said, now what you gonna do? You ain't got your friends with you? I said, oh, that's what you think. I just whistled. There's about 20 biker dudes parked about a block away. They jumped.
Like something out of a movie.
Come there. They surrounded the whole store, and I said, got a problem? I'm a mean person. I got a lot of backup, and these guys will eat you for breakfast. These guys drop LSD. They drink fifths, and they ride on the road 85 miles an hour. They don't care about you. One iota. All I have to do is just tell them they'll bury your ass right here. You won't make it out of the driveway. He said, what makes you so good that you can get all these people? I said,
what makes you so good that you can get all
So,
these people?
in my opinion, he is actively telling a story, as in, like, I haven't rehearsed this. This is like,
oh, he's on the fly.
yeah, 7, 8. I got to beat 7 or 8. We'll beat 7 or 8. 20 motherfuckers
20
rolling deep.
Yeah.
Sometimes they drive above 80.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
you're just fast. I had to pay about $300 to have it done. They said, doctor said, we're going to leave here, but we live in Manteca, and if we even hear you fuck with him, you're going to be back. And that dude got so scared, he went and told his old lady, this guy's nuts. He goes, I'm sorry. He told the police, he dropped everything against me and everything. And then the cop said, I said, hey, he was going to jump me first. And the cop said, well, technically, I can get both of you if he wants to sign against you. I said, go ahead. I said, I'm going to call my friends back. It's going to be a gangland war. I'm not taking any shit. I don't have to. Because I dropped the charges in jail. And the cop said, I didn't know that. Then he said, I'm going to get you then. If Bob dropped and you came back, you come back and you see the crime.
You came back to the scene of the crime. That's not illegal.
Bro, the way James is laughing throughout all that is, it's not like when you're telling me a story and I'm like, oh my God, I'm empathizing with you. That's so crazy how he's like, yeah, you're full of fucking shit,
He's
dude.
laughing like, this is so good. I can't believe I'm recording it.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it all.
Yeah.
What'd that guy say?
He said, I'm dropping all of them. I want out of it.
Do you ever screw with you anymore?
No, he said, I want you to leave the premises.
I'm talking about the weirdo.
No, Mike and Anita come out there. He said, Mike and William, I want you to put down this guy's name. And he said, you're not allowed this store anymore, whether Bob's here or not, until you learn how to quit being weird with people. If I hear about this shit again, your ass is going to jail. And I'm going to tell you, and then they're going to do it to you. We're going to see how you like it.
What,
So-
there's like a law against being weird.
Yeah, the
Do I
cop
have this correct?
said to write his name down. Go ahead. Yeah.
Do I have, I'm trying to follow this. Do I have it correct that the cop walked in on this situation with the standoff still happening? The 8 dudes on this side plus
The
1.
20 bikers.
20 bikers plus homie.
Yes.
And they're about to fucking.
The bikers, have
And the cop's like, listen here, I'm writing down names.
nothing
of what y'all are doing is illegal yet.
These are bikers that, drop acid
And don't exist.
take fifths of vodka and drive 85 miles an hour on the freeway.
Occasionally. They
They'll
don't give a fuck.
bury his ass right there. They live in Manteca, which is really close to Stockton. It's like the next city down, which is funny. He paid $300 to do it, which is even funnier because he has paid people money to do so.
You don't know how convenient this drive was for them.
Right, exactly.
They
The
could
cops-
do it twice a day.
In the story, he's saying that the cops were telling the store owners, Mike and William, who were real people, by the way. Those guys are real.
Yeah.
They really had a store in Stockton called Easy Market.
Okay.
That was one of the first places he used to go to. One of the first places he got asked to not come here anymore.
Before the turf war liquor stores.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
So he concocted the story, and I guess the cop wanted Mike and William, the owners of the store, to write the weirdo guy's his name down, and that he was no longer allowed in the store until he could stop being weird. But it's like, well, you got to ask everyone their name. Let me see. Are you in the weird logbook? Oh no, you can't come in here. Are you still weird, or you're not weird? Okay, it's like they have such odd conclusions the way the stories wrap up.
Right.
But it's always with him teaching somebody this lesson, and they're basically like having to obey themselves to him.
Right.
And he's gonna, prove himself as the the more dominant figure.
What is it? You want to have about 98% truth and a real good lie?
Yeah.
Something like that.
He has like,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
like- he's like 2% truth. and-
82%. He is that
Yeah.
flipped.
Dude, he had a friend named Jerry.
Was Jerry real?
Jerry was real. I
Okay.
met
Oh, okay.
Jerry. Jerry was real. Jerry was.
Are you also sick?
me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So Jerry is super real. Okay.
No, yeah, Jerry's real. No, I got you.
I wanna make
No,
sure.
Jerry's real. Jerry, like my uncle would show up at people's houses and hang out, and then he'd come
That's
on a Monday
alarming.
night, and it'd be cool, and then he'd come back on Tuesday night. And it'd be like, okay, and then he'd be back on Wednesday night, and then 3 weeks later, he's come
What's for
like
dinner, bro?
20 nights in a row.
Oof.
Oof.
And he started bringing his friend Jerry with him when he would go places. Jerry would go into people's bathrooms. He would use their razors. He would brush his teeth.
What
he would
the
help himself
fuck?
to their toiletries.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, he was like, and so people were like, dude, what's going on? Like, you know. So Jerry and Bob had a little riff, and Jerry wanted a break from Bobby. So Jerry's family told Bobby that Jerry died. What? Okay, so
That's a varsity move.
It wasn't enough to be like he
Dude.
went to New Jersey.
No,
like-
dude. So my uncle was convinced that Jerry was dead, and my grandpa saw Jerry crossing the street.
Shit.
Isn't that fucking hilarious?
Jerry calls his chick. And he's like, "Hey, I got blown. We gotta go.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
I got
now.
made today."
Bobby knows.
He knows. Bobby knows.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
Holy
Jerry,
shit.
they had told him
Dude, that
he
must
was
have fucked
dead.
with Bobby. Like, he's like, there's no way you could have
Oh.
seen him cross the street.
Jerry. No. Jerry instantly became an enemy. He's
I
like,
see.
oh, well, fuck him. He's
Yeah.
got something coming when I see him. And then it was like,
fucking traitor.
he would go through a list of people that were like in his crosshairs.
Yeah.
And then he would say their name and then say their status, like what their status was. Like he would go like
Deceased.
so and so, and then he would go cut off,
Oh,
and then he
shit.
would go like Jerry cut down to high and by.
Jerry back from the dead,
Yeah,
resurrected.
cut
Possible zombie.
like Henry Martinez. He
Yeah.
would say like cut off over and out. Like
Yeah.
that meant there's no chance
There's
of him
nothing.
ever coming back. Yeah, some people he
Fuck.
cut down to high and by,
Yeah.
which just meant he would just cordial, but
Yeah.
that was it. It was he was
Were those written as
Oh.
reminders to himself, or like if anyone were to stumble on that list, you just know where he stands with
no,
everybody?
it was like okay, like he was one of those dudes who was OCD,
Mhm.
and so it was kind of part of his OCD. He'd go like, okay, and he would sit up and go, okay, and then he would just start naming these people and be like, sometimes it'd be us, like we were on the list
Oh,
all the
shit.
time. Like I was on the list a bunch of times.
You were just high and by.
What he would do to me, he would give us fly money. It was called fly money
Tim
every year.
pisses his pants too much.
So he hated flies coming in the house.
Okay.
And it's really hot in the summer in Stockton. And my grandma had the screen door, and we were
Yep.
always going in and out, letting
Yep.
flies in.
Yeah, all the time.
Sometimes we'd hold the door in and be like, flies come in, and he'd fucking go nuts, dude.
Holy fuck.
So he would
All flies are
started-
feds.
he started basically bribing us over the summer. And he'd be like, I want you guys to do like one trip in and out of the house. Otherwise, go through the garage.
Right.
Don't go through the house. And if you could do that for the summer, I'll give you guys like $40. And that was good money in the 80s. We're like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
It's like
But-
$43 at
One,
least.
one summer, him and I had a beef during the summer. And so he cut me off during the summer.
Damn.
And he gave my fly money in front of me to Big MF.
Oh.
He was like an 80 for you because Timmy doesn't get any.
And then Matt was like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Matt was like, fuck yeah, I got all the fly money. Like that was the shit that he did.
My money.
He was a real piece of work.
"No, let's go to the liquor store, get a little."
I
fucked
know.
up.
Oh,
Meister
Get these fucking
Brow.
Meisterbrows, which
Anyway.
by the way, in German translates to master beer, which
Yeah.
it is not.
oh, it's so
disgusting.
terrible. I threw up everywhere.
Of course.
I had a jar of coins. It actually wasn't my jar; it was Matt's jar that we emptied out, and then we took the coins to pay for the beer, and then I poured the beer in that jar
Oh,
Mm.
dude,
and drank the beer.
that's
It's so
disgusting.
it was like, oh, I got so sick,
I bet.
drunk off my ass, off of
How
one
many
beer.
people touch those monies?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know why I said
Savage.
those.
Oh,
I don't know why I
Stockton
said
money?
Those monies.
I know those monies. Those monies. You sound like a
Said those
banker.
monies. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Some kind of like Freemason banker.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, man, that
I
shit's
know.
fucking hilarious, dude.
It was wild. And but you know, and he called himself Daddy Bob. That was his nickname. I really love Bob.
Now we
Yeah,
have
no.
another thing in common.
He's a great
Yeah.
dude. He's fucking hilarious.
Right.
I think I would love hanging out with this guy.
I have a bunch more audio. I'll play in the future, but yeah, he's so
No, yeah,
good.
I would hang out with this guy.
We should have like a if we
You
ever
think you would?
Yeah, maybe I don't. Yeah.
need.
He'll latch onto your ass.
I for sure know
Yeah.
I would. I want to be on that list.
If he
Well,
finds
fuck.
out where you live, you're fucked.
He ain't coming to Nashville.
No, I mean, if you lived in town and
Oh,
he
I
found
see.
out where
Yeah.
you lived, you
gonna
basically had to disappear.
You're gonna see Bobby for the next month.
Yeah.
Every
Or you
fucking
had to
day.
hurt his feelings. And then once you hurt his feelings, you were like, dude, some of the people where he took this guy, Jerry, to their house and he helped themselves
Jerry?
to their toothbrush, right? They basically were like, don't come back, right? To my
Well,
uncle.
Why?
My uncle got pissed. And he was in the kitchen talking about it. And he was like, the wife, her name was, I'm not going to say her name.
Yeah.
It eventually died.
Yeah.
And years later, he was like, fuck her. She's cut off. And he grabs his crotch and looks at the ground and like goes like, eat me, bitch. And like is screaming. And we're just like, dude.
That's awesome.
So yeah, man, he's real.
Dude, I'm
Real
sorry.
OG.
If somebody comes into my fucking house and uses my fucking toothbrush,
There's going to be a fight.
bro, you're
No,
getting
no, no,
fucking heel hooked.
I
Like,
might
you're-
shoot somebody for. I don't think I ever let my missus use my toothbrush.
No, dude,
Even
I'm
in a
not
state
going to
of, like-
lie. I have used Stella's toothbrush
I
on
don't-
accident.
yeah.
Accidents happen, but I'm saying like,
Not on purpose.
hey,
but I
mine's
don't know.
mine's done. I need a new one, but we don't feel like going to the store.
Oh,
Can I
no.
use yours?
No.
Oh fuck no.
I don't like sharing razors either
I don't mind that so much.
because I don't know. I like my razors to be really
Whatever.
sharp, a certain way.
Well,
Yeah.
my missus wasn't shaving her legs with a straight razor. So I use a straight razor in my face.
Oh, of course you did.
I do. I like it.
I circumcised myself with a
Fucking
rock
I also did
when
that.
I was 14.
Yeah, I was 15.
Oh.
Don't believe everything you hear.
Oh man. Anyway,
It wasn't a rock. It was a
Yeah,
piece
I-
of obsidian.
guys, I did not intend for this podcast to be about my uncle, but
Dude,
Fuck that, let's
I'm-
keep going.
I'm
Okay,
so
sorry.
fucking happy it was. That shit, that is fucking hilarious.
he's a
dude.
really crazy
dude.
dude.
That's
Actually-
wild though.
You telling those stories actually got me thinking, because we were trying to think before this, like a real quick powwow, kind of getting the prep together and everything, of like what if we needed some filler time or something, like a top 5 list or something. I
Yeah.
was trying to
Dude.
think, you telling the stories, I was thinking like, what's the craziest shit ever anyone said to you, like in a context
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
like either a family member, a homeless person, something like that.
right.
One of a quick one that I can do is there was a very obviously mentally disturbed man outside of a metal show in DC that I went to one time. DC was rough then. This is
Sure.
15 years ago.
I think it's always been rough.
Yeah.
It
DC's
always-
rough now.
Yeah, Capitol Hill, it's now even starting to encroach on that. And that was always kept nice to be
Yeah.
fake in front of everybody
Right.
when they would fly into Reagan and go right to there, see all the nice things, then piss off. The surrounding area is a toilet.
Yeah.
So this place that I used to go to called the 930 Club, still there, I think. And outside of that, it's not one of the worst parts of DC, but it's certainly not good. There was a guy outside there. I'm like 16, and I'm waiting on a friend to pick me up, and he's like, very obviously not a fan. He's like, "Hey man, did y'all just get done with the show?" And it's a bunch of people that look like me
right.
coming out, hundreds. It's a big club. And I said, "Yeah, it was really good." It was, yeah. He's like, how was the show? I was like, "It was really good. Do you like metal?" He's like, "Not a fan." "Hey, can I get $40? I'll pay you right back."
I'll pay you right back.
Yeah, I just love what did you like it? "Yeah, it was good." "Do you like my Death Metal?"
Not a fan.
Not a fan. "Can I borrow $40?" Like, quick. "Can I borrow $40? I'll pay you right back."
That was the sale.
Yeah.
He was direct line sales for
Like, dude,
Jordan
I'm s-
Belfort.
I'm 16. I don't have $40.
Right.
Just
$40
spend it on a
is
fucking show.
Decent money when
I
you're
didn't make my
16.
fly money that week.
Yeah. Right.
My
dude.
cousin stole it. By the way, when you said fly money,
I thought like cool money, not like
so
flies.
you thought, so we all thought something different. You actually were just killing flies because flies are feds, I guess.
I thought like cool, like fly,
money.
like this is like
I
that's
thought
fly.
my grandfather always said, "You fly, I'll buy." So if I drive, he'll take me to
Oh,
lunch.
okay.
So
got
like
it.
you're giving me the money for gas. Or
No.
something
Right,
like that.
right.
Yeah, no, my
And then
uncle.
you said it was literally killing flies, which is
Sometimes
insane.
he'd pop money on us. He'd just be like, I'm your uncle and I love you guys. And he'd be like, here's $20.
Buy yourself something new.
Hey, if-
Buy yourself something nice.
I just want you to remember this $20 if I ever
Yeah.
inculcate you into an interaction with a biker gang.
I don't ever remember a time where we weren't at odds with him though. Like I remember distinctly the day my grandparents went to pick him up from jail to come home. And
Oh.
we're like, boo! And we left nasty notes for
This
him.
sucks.
We wrote nasty notes and put them in his dresser.
God damn.
We put like, I hope you die. We were really, really, dude, we were little thugs, dude, in
Yeah.
a weird way. We
Yeah.
were bad
You
kids. I
Stockton
guess.
boys, man. God damn.
We just were playing a game. We're smiling in front of our parents, I guess, and just torturing this dude. He was an ass, dude. He made me pee my pants, man.
Yeah, no, I mean,
He had it coming. He was rough. Okay, one time my grandparents,
I would
this is
like
the last
you-
story,
Okay.
let
Right.
him babysit us.
nice.
And as soon as my grandparents left the house, my grandparents ran a daycare.
Yeah.
My grandpa worked for the city. He was like a garbage man. My grandma ran a daycare. So my grandma had this huge den in her house that was like a rectangle, like 15 by 15 room. And it was empty. There was a couch and was an old school garbage can. It was filled up with just toys and bullshit
Oh, yeah.
for the kids. And
Yeah.
that room was called the playroom.
Okay.
In the playroom, my crazy uncle Bobby had a stereo system with speakers and records. He had a bunch of records. He was OCD about records. And so we would go out to the playroom and listen to him sing, and he would sing songs, and we'd pick songs from his records and he would sing.
Is he good?
He had a great voice.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
But he would repeat the line. Oh, no, hold on. Play that again. And then one more time. And he would do it like 30 times.
These are records you actually have to physically
yes.
move them back.
And we'd laugh, dude, and be like, do it again, Bobby, do it again. And like, you didn't get it right. And we're just gassing him, man.
Your pitch is awful.
As soon as my grandparents left, he's like, everyone to the playroom. And we went to the playroom, everyone in a corner, and he whooped us with the fly swatter.
Oh.
He whooped our asses.
I thought
Dude,
this
it's
was
like
going-
it's like the Japanese POW camps.
Yeah, and he made us stand in the corner.
They just pick like a random
Dude.
soldier and just kill him right there for no
Dude,
reason. Just
As
so
soon as
people
they
know.
left, he gave us it was like it must have been some payback for some shit we did, because as soon
Thought you
as
were
we
pretty
left,
funny with those fucking notes in the
Yeah.
dresser, huh?
yeah, it's like
You don't think I knew who that was?
into
Jerry?
the fucking corner. Yeah, right.
The backwards E,
Spanked
Timmy.
us, dude. Spanked our asses. And we would like every once in a while when he did work in the cannery, we'd like slip in and get 45s out from his collection, and we'd like play them. He always
the
fucking
records.
knew.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I hear 45 and think,
Oh,
Dude,
dude,
I
listen,
thought the
handgun.
same thing. I
Handgun.
thought the same
He
thing.
took his guns.
Yeah, we
My
just grabbed all
grandpa
his
had a gun.
45s.
It's that when my grandpa died.
Yeah.
Okay. The first thing that my uncle asked for was, I need dad's gun.
That uncle?
Yes.
Negative.
Yeah. It's like
Not gonna happen.
not gonna happen.
What gun?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that didn't exist either.
Yeah. He's a crazy dude, man. A lot of fun.
He's
though,
like,
dude.
I need dad's
so
gun.
much fun.
Thank God I don't have to
man.
rely on Glenn for my fucking weapons transactions.
We still talk about him to this day. He's so fucking
Clearly.
hilarious, dude.
Did he?
Like,
Is he still alive?
he's alive.
Yeah, Matt's
Yeah.
taking care of him, like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
Let's
That's
trying
right.
to look after him. Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I mean, how old is he now?
He's
70s?
got to be 80,
80s?
80
Yeah.
years old. Yeah. Crazy.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. He outlived Matt's mom. So Matt's mom and my mom are sisters, and he's
Okay.
their brother. He outlived both of them. He outlived everybody. His
That's
mom,
wild.
His dad,
Is he the
everybody.
oldest?
He's the oldest.
Of that generation?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's kind of tragic.
Yeah.
Well,
He-
that's sad.
Yeah. So on that note, it's been a great show, guys. Yeah. It really has. I apologize to the viewers. I thought we were going to get Andy Varela. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but you know what happens when you do this, dude? The way I do this is I fucking do it live, and I do it like for real. I don't do a bunch of editing. Very rare unless I have like a specific segment.
No, fuck that.
But like if someone doesn't come, they don't fucking come. We just do the show anyway.
Yeah.
Like we're not canceling.
We
doing the fucking
need
show.
if whenever that happens, because I'm sure it might again.
Yeah.
You need to queue up that Bill O'Reilly. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
I
we'll
was
do it
just
live.
we
thinking
have
that.
conversation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, confirmation that
They're not gonna
guests
show
just
up.
can't make it
Yeah.
for whatever reason. It's like
Yeah.
fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
We'll improv about schizophrenic uncle for
That's
Right.
what's
40
up.
minutes.
So anyway, man, it's been a good show. Make sure you guys check out the sponsors, Cultist Apparel on Instagram. Check out BJJ every day. I'm going to be out in Vegas at the PGF qualifiers next weekend. If you're out that way, come say hi.
That's fucking exciting.
Super stoked about that. I'm trying to get a Guardian Nashville seminar out there
That would be
on
sick.
Saturday when I'm out there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I
Definitely do
want to
that.
get. I'm trying to, but I
Mhm.
don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm trying to. I'd like to raise some money for
Yeah.
our Jiu-Jitsu scholarship program. And, you know, I've taught it several places now. It's always been fun. So,
Yeah. It's been fun doing it with
Let's
you
do
the
it,
couple times
man.
I have.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to
Especially
it.
with Coach Casey. That'd be sick. I assume
that'd
that's
be
who
really
you'd be talking to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Be great.
Fuck yeah.
So anyhow, look for that. We'll be back, I don't know, in a few days, probably with
Soon.
some more shit.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
soon.
I think that's it. If you want to donate to Guardian Nashville, go to 10pnashville.com/Guardian. Let's get some shirts on Cultist Apparel. That'd be fucking badass.
Inside BJJ shirts.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just sell them on there. Who cares? Do it.
I mean, it's up to you, but
Do it.
Just
Yeah.
do it.
Is this coming out tomorrow or Monday?
Probably Monday.
Alrighty, well, hope you guys enjoyed Fight Night.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Maybe we'll put out tomorrow.
Sure.
Tomorrow morning, maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
Fuck
I
it.
don't
Who
care.
cares?
The last one
Yeah.
was a day late, so we could do
Yeah.
2 days early. Doesn't matter.
Ain't no biggie. Okay. That sounds good. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.
That was fun. What'd you say? This weekend with the Bobby.
The best I've ever said.
Oh yeah, that's not Yeah. Yeah. You never was